there is some issues on governance, and actually what is generally happening. I'd wish if you could touch a bit about them. Now that you've mentioned about initially our country, Kenya, when it began, people were actually told and asked to be very patriotic. And we have seen in recently, actually, the sentiments from the government officials, like Kahariri, that is the CDF. We've also seen Kipchumba Murkomen. We will just talk a bit about the patriotic part that they're talking about. And they think that the people that we actually have today are not quite patriotic. And that, of course, could be the Gen Z, who, of course, are on the social media. They're doing this and that. Maybe we could talk about that. What do you think about what CDF was talking about? Is it politics from how you view it? Is it governance, leadership, or how you see it? And generally, how do you view it? And then we can talk about a bit of solutions to the frustrations of the country, the people.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a very interesting. The CDF issue is a very interesting issue.
Okay.
But it is not in a vacuum. First, I started by saying that one of the biggest problems we have is that the government is not working. There is only one person who is working and working wrongly, and that is the president.
Okay.
He has taken everything, and he's the one who does everything in all the ministries. The question you asked is that for us to make progress, we must make the government structure work. And we have the structure. We have the ministries, we have the directorates, we have the departments, we have everything down to the smallest. But the president is taking everything, and he's doing it himself. The president is supposed to stay at State House and leave the people he has delegated work to. That's from the CS down to the Nyumba Kumi. Leave them to work. That is what he's supposed to do.
Okay.
Now, we are okay. Actually, we are very worried. Those of us who, including him here, those of us who are looking at the problems we have in governance and how they are frustrating the citizens, that the citizens feel we are hostages of our own leaders and our own civil servants. We can't do anything. And the citizens have been pushed to supervise the government. And when they do, like the Gen Zs you have mentioned have done, the government comes down on them with a hammer, kills them, arrests them, beats them up, and all that. And that is a lot of frustration. Now, what does that lead us to? This country, people have understood that sovereign power belongs to the people. And they can exercise it directly or indirectly. They have done it indirectly and given to the elected leaders.
Okay.
But the elected leaders have been captured by the executive. And they cannot do anything. They cannot impeach the president, or they are not willing to impeach the president. And then from there, the executive wanted again to capture the judiciary. And you remember they wanted to remove the Chief Justice. All these people are not, all these things are not lost on the people because they can see that they have no recourse. The people they delegated responsibility to are not being allowed to work by the executive. Now, the military does not live in space. It lives in the same political environment. And if you read the Constitution and the KDF Act, what is the work of the military? The work of the military is to guard and safeguard our sovereignty and our territorial integrity.
Okay.
Those two things.
Okay.
Now, forget about the territorial integrity is about external aggression.
Okay.
So that one right now, we don't have a problem except with El Shabaab. And that one they are handling.
Okay.
Now come to sovereignty. What is involved in sovereignty? It is the mandate or the authority of a people or a nation to govern itself.
Okay.
Now, when I look at what is happening, the military is observing the citizenry, looking at the governors, that is the executive and the legislature, and seeing that these people are not giving us the service that we agreed on, and they have been asking, they want it.
Okay.
Now, we have reached a point, like when we were with the Gen Zs,
Yes.
when they were saying Ruto must go, and we go to State House and kick him out.
Okay.
Now that is unconstitutional.
Okay.
You are supposed to do that by impeachment. Now the CDF came in and said, in my understanding,
Okay.
and in according to what is in the Constitution,
Yes.
that you are the people who give us the commander-in-chief.
Okay.
And you are complaining about the commander-in-chief.
Okay.
If you want to give us another commander-in-chief, please use the Constitution and follow the law.
Okay.
Those there are only two things
Okay.
in the current circumstances.
Okay.
Election, which is in 2027, impeachment, which can happen anytime as long as the citizens are able to get parliamentarians to do impeachment, or the parliamentarians decide to impeach.
Okay.
So that's basically what I understand. And that is not politics.
Okay.